channel. So, today is a session where we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is bond. And in the examination, you will get multiple questions from the bond. So this chapter, or say this topic, is very important from the exam point of view. So let's start the session. One update also from our side, that is, the currently sale is live for mock test, ebooks, and books, and you will get the maximum discount with the code, that is Y422. For attempting, also for clearing the examination, there are various kind of the things that are helpful in your preparation, like the mock test, like you attempting the real time mock test in your just on your computer. So these all kind of the things, that's very important, that's very helpful in your preparation. So you can just enroll in that with the code, that is Y422, because this is a very affordable price. Okay, one more update, that is, the target batch we have just for you guys, where you can get the PPB, AFB, LRAB, and this is also a very convenient rate. Like you have to just apply the code, that is Y422, and with this code you will get the maximum discount on that. So I think you should enroll in this target batch, and this batch is very important. If you are just preparing for the upcoming examination of the JAIIB, so this batch is very important, because in this batch you will just understand the basic, and you will just going to attempt the questions of the like easy, medium, and high level questions. So this batch is very important if you are preparing for the JAIIB examination. So this batch is going to start from the 7th March. I think you should all just enroll in this batch for. So if I say that is bond, a bond is basically, it is a fixed income instrument. Bond, with a bond, that is known as the fixed income instrument. Okay. So if I say that is, who issues the bond and who purchases the bond. Okay, so bond that is issued by the government, or say corporations, and that is basically purchases by the general public, or that is also known as the investors. Okay, so that is known as the investors, and this government, corporations, okay, that usually just issues the bond, so that are known as the issuers. Okay, that are known as the issuers, and that are known as the investors, right? So bond basically, it is a your fixed income instrument that represents a loan made by an investor to a borrower. So like these known as the investor, because they actually purchases the bond, and these known as the borrower, like government or corporations, so that are known as the borrowers. So why government and corporation just need for issuing the bond? Have you ever think why just government and corporation just need for issuing the bond? The basic purpose is why government and corporation just issues the bond. Just why government and corporation just borrow the money from the general public, or say from the investors. So because like government just need to just need to fund the roads, or say just need to use the fund in the road infrastructure, in the school infrastructures. Okay, like other infrastructures. So the sudden expense, like we can also say that just like the sudden expense of the war, that may also demand the need to raise the fund. So whenever government just need to raise the fund, whenever the corporations just need to raise the fund, so in what purposes the corporations use the bond? Like corporation just corporation just want to borrow the money, like to grow their businesses, to buy property, and just like to buy equipments, machines, to undertake profitable projects for or you can also say for research and development. So these are the some areas where the corporation just issues the bond for raising the fund. So that is the basically need of the bond. I think it is now clear and understandable for everyone. So if I say that is, suppose that this is a bond, and and if someone just purchases the bond, like this is a bond, and just someone purchases the bond, so from like the value of this bond, that is known as the face value of the bond, and the investor just receive the interest as well as the principal through this bond. So that's why it is known as a fixed income instrument. So suppose that this bond has a maturity period of the 5 years. That means till 5 years the investor just receive the interest every year, and in the fifth year interest plus principal. So that's why bond is known as a fixed income instrument, where the value of the bond that is known as a face value, and where the maturity period of the bond that is known the your maturity date, and the whatever the interest rate that annually received by the investor, and the interest rate that is known as the coupon rate actually. Okay, so what the rate that applied on the face value, and that just make the interest rate, annual interest rate for the investor, that is known as the coupon rate. So we will understand in the features of the bond that all things, right? So I hope now the definition of the bond is quite clear for everyone. Okay. So now we are going to understand some characteristics that related to your bond. So if we are talking about what are the different characteristics of the bond. So the first thing that we are going to understand about the face value. So face value, it is the bond amount, or say that will be worth at maturity. So it is the that amount that will worth at the maturity time. So that is known as the face value of the bond. Okay. After that, another term that is known as the coupon rate. Coupon rate, whenever you just find any question where you are just getting the value of the face value and the coupon rate it is also given, you can easily derive a annual interest earned by the investor. That is annual interest earned by investor. Okay, so here the annual interest earned by the investor, that is future value, and it is multiplied by the coupon rate which is given in the percentage term. Okay, so this just multiple times you will also find the question related to your annual interest earned by an investor. So that is also very important. So coupon rate, that is the rate of interest the bond issuer will pay on the face value of the bond. So that is known as the coupon rate. After that, another the third characteristics of the bond, that is known as the coupon dates. So what we understand by the coupon dates? Coupon dates are the dates on which the bond issuer will make interest payment, and that payment can be made in any interval. So that is known as the coupon dates. So the coupon dates, that dates on which the bond issuer, so like I just explained you, bond issuer like government or corporations, just who issues the bond. So that will make the interest payment. So that this is interest, and this is a interest payment. So that make interest payment. So that is known as a coupon dates. This is a very this is a very important characteristics of the bond. Another term that the use in this, that is maturity date, and this is very obvious to understand what we understand by the maturity date. The maturity date is the date on which the bond will mature. So the date when bond will mature, that is known as a maturity date. Okay, and the bond issuer will pay the bondholder to the face value of the bond. So that is known as a maturity date. Okay, I hope it is very easy to understand for everyone, because these all are the terms very important as well as a very confusing if we just going to solve the questions based on this. Okay, we just done the questions of bond related in the next lecture. We are going to understand about the bond in this session, and so what we understand actually, the first thing we understand, that is bond that just issues by the government and corporations, okay, for raising the fund, And another thing we understand that from the bond, and who just purchases the bond, that is known as the investors, and who issues the bond, that is known as the issuers. Okay. Another thing we understand that from the bond, that bond is also known as a fixed income instrument, and from the bond investors just get the interest as well as the principals at the maturity time. Okay, suppose that any bond that has a maturity period of the 3 years, that mean that means till 3 years he will just going to receive the interest, and at the third year he will just going to receive interest plus the principal. Okay, so that is the basic purpose of the bond. That's why it is known as a fixed income instrument. Okay, I hope it is now clear for everyone. Another thing I explained, that is characteristics of the bond. So face value, that is the amount that the bond having at the maturity, at the worth at the maturity. Coupon rate, that is the rate of the interest the bond issuer will pay on the face value of the bond. So whenever you find any question where the face value is given, coupon rate is given, so you can easily derive that is annual interest on. So that's how we can solve. Suppose that the face value that is given 1000 and the coupon rate that is given 10%. Okay, that means what the annual interest the investor is going to receive, that is, suppose that we actually understand from the example here. Suppose that any bond that has the face value of the 1000 rupees and the coupon rate that is given 10%. Okay, so okay, so now the maturity period which is given 3 years. Okay, that means an investor is going to receive 100 rupees, because the annual interest, what the interest that would be, annual interest, if we are going to say annual interest, so 1000 multiplied by the 10%, so that would be 100 rupees, right? So that means the investor is going to receive 100 rupees for the first year, 100 rupees for the second years, and 100 rupees for the third year, as well as the face value of the bond, that is 1000 rupees. So this is the how we understand the bond. Okay, now the another thing that what are the different types of the bond, that is also very important to understand. What are the different types of the bond? So there are various types of the bond that actually available in the market, and that actually issues by the government and corporations. In that, first is that is known as a zero coupon bond. Look, if I say that is zero coupon bond, that means that is no interest, or say that is zero interest. Okay, if I am going to say another, that is coupon bonds. If I'm going to say that is another is your coupon bonds, that means it is just paying the interest. Okay, these bonds just offer the coupons, or say these bonds just offer the interest rate. Okay, so that is coupon bond. And zero coupon bond, that means that bond that have a zero interest. Okay, or say that have a no interest, that just bond that offer the no interest. So how can any investor get the profit by investing in the zero coupon bond, when just not going to receive the any interest on that bond? Actually these bond just issued at the discounted rate. Suppose that any bond suppose that any bond that had a maturity that is held at the face value of the bond, that is 1000 rupees, and these bonds just trading at the discounted rate, like 800 rupees. So this is known as a discounted. So these are the issued at the discounted, and the maturity that is held at the face value of the bond. Suppose the face value of the bond that is 1000 rupees, and this is the face value of the bond, and these are actually issued at the 800 rupees. So that means these are the actually at the discounted rate. So the difference between the purchase value and the maturity value, that is called your discount. Okay, so here like the discounted rate, that is 200, right? So that is known as a zero coupon bond. After that, another bond that is known as a coupon bond, that actually offer the coupon, that means that actually offer the interest. You always understand coupon as the interest. Okay, so when you get a zero coupon bond, that means zero interest bond. When you get the coupon bond, that means interest bond. Okay, and these are also of the two types. First is known as the fixed and another one known as the floating coupon bond. Okay, this is also very important to understand. So if I say what do you understand by the fixed coupon bond, like it is actually offering the interest rate, and these bonds offer predetermined rate of interest. So whenever we are just seeing the fixed coupon bond, as the name itself representing, that is these are the bonds that are pre-decided rate of interest. Look, these are the bond that actually pre-decided rate of interest. So that is known as a fixed rate or fixed coupon bond, and the rate of interest can be variable, but they are just pre-decided at the time of the issuance. Okay, so that is known as a fixed coupon bond. And there are multiple types of the fixed coupon bonds in the market, right? Suppose that the first type of this, like if I say, that is plain vanilla bond, although it is not in your syllabus like plain vanilla bond, but it is we are going to discuss, because this is a class where you can get, where you will get the every knowledge related to your subject. Okay, so plain vanilla bond, like the rate of interest, that is a fix, and redemption is held in one shot. Okay, so like in this, the rate of interest is the fix, and whatever the redemption value, that is that is held in only one shot. So that is one shot, or say one lump sum. Okay, so that is only one lump sum amount. So that is known as a plain vanilla bond. Again, the example that is known as the non-plain vanilla bond. Okay. So non-plain vanilla bond, like the rate of interest just changes, and the redemption is not done in the one lump sum amount. So that is known as a non-plain vanilla bond. Okay, so these are the non-plain vanilla bond. Another that is most important from an exam point of view, just let me remove all this stuff here. So very important term to understand, that is what we understand by the putable bond and what we understand by the callable bond. That is very important to understand from the exam point of view. There are many types of questions that from the putable bond and the callable bond in the examination. So what we understand by the putable bond, actually these bonds which can be redeemed by the investor before maturity dates. So suppose that any bond that have a maturity period of the 3 years, and this putable bond actually gives the right to the investor to just mature the bond before its maturity date. So that is known as a putable bond. Okay, and what we understand by the callable bond, that a callable bond, or callable bond that has an option which gives the issuer the right to redeem the bond prior to its maturity. So you have to understand that this putable bond actually gives the right to the investor who actually purchased the bond. Okay, for maturing the bond before its maturity date. And the callable bond, that actually gives the right to the issuer. Okay, so that gives the right to the issuer, or say who just issues the bond. So that is known as the callable bond. So that has an option which gives the just issuer the right to redeem the bond prior to its maturity date. Let me write this, prior to its maturity date. So that is known as the callable bond, and at the predetermined price, call the you can call this callable bond. Okay, after that, another type of the bond, that is known as a floating bond. Okay, so like we understand, these all are the different types of the fixed coupon bond. And what we understand by the floating bond, this is a very easy to understand. I'll say this is a very obvious to understand. A floating rate bond is one for which the coupon rate is not fixed. So for that, or say for that rate of the bond where coupon rate is not fixed, we just understand that is a floating bond. Okay, so whenever the coupon rate is not fixed, like, okay, and it is just going to change with the market interest rate, so that is known as a floating bond. Okay, so in your exam point of view, if I say the types of the bond, what are the different types of the bond, that is important. So let me discuss one more time. That is, first, that is important, like zero coupon bond, that is important. Another, that is callable bond, and another, that is important, putable bond. Okay, so you have to only understand that coupon as a interest, and whenever you just find the question of the face value and the coupon rate is given, so you only have to multiply this and you will get the annual interest, that is just given by the issuer, or say just receiving by the investor, right? So that is known as a zero coupon bond. If I say callable bond, that means a callable bond that has an option which gives the issuers the right to redeem the bond prior to its maturity date. So that is known as a callable bond. And putable bond, that is just for your investor, and this is for your issuer. Okay, for the bond before its maturity date. So that is very important from the exam point of view. Okay, so I hope this lecture is important for everyone, and from this lecture you will understand various things related to bond. In the next lecture we are going to solve the questions related to bond. So thanks for watching me here, and if you're liking our effort, if you're liking our content, do not forget to hit the like button on this video. And if you are not downloaded the Adda 247 application, just download this and subscribe the Officers Adda 247 YouTube channel, so that you can get the notifications of the live sessions as well as the notifications of the live lectures. Okay, so thanks for watching me here, thanks for joining me here. Like this video if you're liking our effort, share this video to your friends so that maximum number of our colleagues can join with us. Update from our side, that is registration for our target batch is just open, so you can enroll in that batch. And we often think that why batches are important, or say why enrolling in the batches are important, because in the batches you will get everything. Like you just do not need to worry what type of the things, what type of the numericals, what type of the contents you actually just have to read. In the batches you will get everything, because we all are just experienced faculty, and we know what type of the questions just examiner may be asked. Okay, so we discuss all of the things in the batches, so these batches are very important. So for your clearing the examination, so you can just enroll in that batches, and the process is very simple, right? Like only have to just write Adda 247 JIB video courses, like in this the adda247.com/JIB exam kit. And in these you will get the multiple batches where you can just enroll. Okay, and the process is very simple. And the thing that I just want to tell you, like if I just have to enroll in the JIB video courses, so there are multiple batches that are currently running. Okay, and that just going to start, and we are just talking about the target batch. Okay, so this is a target batch in which the classes is going to start from the 7th March. So this is the process how you can just enroll in that batch. So this is a study plan like PPB, AB, LRAB, and all of the things you just get in one batch. You will get the questions and answers, you will get the theoretical part, everything you will get. Okay, so these are the just overview for this batch. And now the thing that how you can just enroll in that batch. Okay, so when you just go to in the buy now option, and you will get the total amount, that is 12,999, which is just a 13,000 approximately. And this is a huge sum, but you can get the discount, okay, and you can get the maximum discount, that is Y4, with the code that is Y422. You only have to just apply the code Y422, and with this code you Y422, and with this code you can just get the maximum discount. Okay, and now just see that you only have to pay 2,599, and from for this amount you can get everything. Okay, and this is, this is a only one time investment that you can do for your examination.